All right, I don't have a timer anymore, so do you guys have it?
7:01.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So thank you so much for coming here today. I just wanted, so thank you everyone for coming here today. Happy International Women's Day. Just wanted to see a little bit, show of hands. How many of you have attended a past Aspire event? So how many of you are familiar with Aspire? Oh my goodness, so many of you are new to Aspire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you join us. And so I'll definitely be doing an overview, a little bit more about who we are and what our history is. So as you can see here, Aspire stands for Asian Sisters Participating in Reaching Excellence. So a little bit of introduction about myself. My name is Jenny Cito. I'm the current board chair for Aspire. I actually found out about Aspire when I was a high school student, and they had posted these flyers for their conference and speaker series event at my high school. And at that time in my life, I actually didn't have a lot of female role models in my life. And so when I attended the conference and I heard the women speak about their experiences, I was just really impressed, and it helped me kind of realize like the potential I could reach to as I went to college and then went into my professional years. And so Aspire was started in 2001 by a Harvard MBA named Nellie Ling, and when she started it, it was still is a volunteer-run organization based here in Boston. That's run by a network of Asian American women. And so our mission for the last 5 years has been to engage, educate, and empower Asian American women to be lifelong leaders. And so part of what we do is that we've supported the personal and professional growth of Asian American girls and women. And throughout the last 16 years, we have held events that have included a community of over 1,500 women and a core volunteer team of over 150 women. And so part of the programming that we've had in the past has been these core programs. And so Aspire is the first organization in the nation to provide cross-generational programming and networking opportunities to empower Asian American women and girls. So we have high school students, we have college students, and we have professionals, from young professionals to seasoned professionals as part of our different events. And so in 2004, we launched the Asian American Women in Leadership Conference. And so this has been a day-long conference with keynote speakers and panels and workshops and networking lunch to address cultural and social challenges specific to career and leadership development for Asian American women and girls. And then the other core program that we've had since 2004 is our Youth Leadership Program. So this is a year-long leadership development program specifically tailored to the cultural and development needs of Asian American high school girls. So on average, we have anywhere between 8 to 20 high school freshmen, sophomore, and juniors attend these twice a month workshops that are run by a director who runs workshops about body image, model minority, racism, sexism, and all sorts of, or college preparation, SATs, and different things that are relevant to the Asian American girls that are going through our programs. And so other programs that we've held in the past are our speaker series events and our Aspire at Work for professional women to kind of hear from one another, share stories, and also to do different things like public speaking or working on your resume or learning about Asian American women who are in the performing arts or in startup world. And then we have run a scholarship program where we had given out scholarships to 6 different young women whose first time pursuing higher education. And so what Aspire has been going through from 2016 onwards is that we decided to do a strategic review process. And so, as you can see, we were running a lot of different programs, and we have had a very small and dedicated but passionate teams of volunteers. And through the strategic review process, we got some feedback from our community and from our team, and kind of decided to really focus on what are our core strengths and what is our core mission. And so of these programs, the program that we are keeping for this upcoming year and recruiting for volunteers for is our youth leadership program, and we'll be talking about the other programs that we are also going to be running. So through the strategic review process, our updated mission is that Aspire aims to build and empower a community of Asian American women leaders through identity development, mentorship, and education. So in the past 16 years, we've kind of always been doing these different kind of, activities, and this has always kind of been the core mission. But what we really want to emphasize was really building up that community. So we've always held all these events where when people came together, that's where the magic was. So at the conferences, at the speaker series, talking to one another, meeting one another, that's really where the power of our community has been. And so through our strategic review process, we really want to think of how do we really allow you all in this community to benefit from that. And so identifying exactly, what are the different methods that we think we can really do this by. So why join Aspire? So I'm just curious, there's a lot of you here today. What are some of your interests? Does anybody want to raise their hand and share, what brought you here today? Anybody? Great.
I like women's empowerment.
Great.
I think that, today's International Women's
Yep.
Day, right? Yeah. And I think it's just whenever I see, I think women are meant to be in supportive communities,
Yes.
and whenever I see that, everyone
Yeah. Exactly.
We
Thank
snap
you.
when we like things, right?
Yeah, exactly. Does anybody else want to share? Great. Well, thank you for that. And yeah, so, why many of the current volunteers have joined Aspire. And I just wanted to give a little bit shout out. So in this room right now are also different board members and volunteer members of the team. Can you all just raise your hand a little bit? So these are the ladies that you'll be chatting with in a bit during the meet and greet. But I just wanted you to see their faces. But we really are a community. We come together, we meet one another, and we become friends, and we learn and grow with one another. So it really is nice to have a community of people who can understand the specific different situations that we might have gone through, and kind of bond with one another about that. And through all the different conferences and the events that we've had, there's always been this informal mentorship kind of network. So whether it is like a youth in the youth leadership program, kind of staying in touch with the other students there, or with the youth leadership program director, or maybe in the conference, people meeting one another and keeping in touch, or volunteer team members kind of helping one another, supporting one another, whether it was a job search or relationships or whatever it is. It has been really great to just have that network available. And then throughout this process, creating a pipeline of Asian American women leaders. So as I mentioned, we've had 10 years of the Asian American Women in Leadership Conference, and that had been one of our main ways of kind of building up leadership opportunities. But we really believe that all of us are leaders in whatever capacity we are, and many of us may not think that we're a leader if we don't think we're that stereotypical, CEO kind of like image that people might think of leaders. And so throughout the years, a lot of what our emphasis has been, whether you're a introverted leader or whatever it is, that there's all sorts of different ways that you can kind of be a leader, not just within a workplace, but in your community, at your home, and with the communities that you are a part of. And so joining Aspire and coming today, obviously, this meet and greet, the whole purpose is that we are hoping to recruit various people to kind of join in our community, to become involved. And it is a really great opportunity for growth, as well as creativity and networking opportunities. So we run a lot of different events, and we have a lot of different opportunities for you to get involved. And so not only is it a great personal development, but it is a great professional development. So whatever industry you currently work in, if you're kind of interested in getting to know a little bit more about marketing or fundraising or something that you don't get to do in your day-to-day job or find other opportunities to do, Aspire does have a lot of really great opportunities to kind of dabble in those different areas and gain some experience with that. And so, Sophia? So Sophia is going to come and talk a little bit about the 2 programs that we are running this year and some of the different volunteering opportunities that we do have available before we break into the meet and greet.
Hi, I'm Sophia. So a bit about our 2 programs, Youth Leadership Program and Mentorship Program. YLP, Jenny mentioned earlier in the introduction, it's our longest running program. It is for Asian American female high school freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors that are attending a school in the greater Boston or Boston area. And so we're looking for positions to fill in the youth applicants to apply for the program, but also a director for the program and also a youth intern, and more details can be said by Sheila later. For the mentorship program, that is our new program. We came up with this during the strategic review, and we're hoping to launch this starting this year to get recruitment for people into the program to implement it, and then actually pair up matches starting next year. So it's a new initiative that aims to connect Asian American females through a one-on-one mentorship match. Aspire seeks to help participants develop the ability to proactively and independently establish future mentoring relationships and personal or professional support. The program will connect a mentor and mentee and encourage meaningful and mutual development in their mentoring relationship goals. So I'll be explaining more of this program later on when we split into discussion groups.
Great. And then so with those 2 different programs, we'll also, have different kind of events that we'll be having to support those programs, as well as fundraisers and other opportunities for people to volunteer. If you're not specifically interested in one of those 2 programs, there are also general volunteer opportunities that we'll be talking about as well. And so this is what the organizational structure will look like for Aspire. We are definitely recruiting to fill for these specific roles. So if you yourself or anybody that you know would be interested in these, we are recruiting to fill for the board of directors, specifically finding a clerk, a bookkeeper, a volunteer manager, and board liaisons for each of these subcommittee programs. And then so at the board level, that's kind of the highest commitment level. We have monthly meetings with the team as well as bi-monthly meetings with the board. And then you may be, running a subcommittee on your own for each of the different kind of programs or have other tasks that you need to do depending on your role. And so we're definitely looking for people with some experience in those different positions. So for example, for the fundraising board liaison, we are hoping to find somebody who has some fundraising background experience. And then underneath the board liaisons, we are looking for different director roles as well as team member roles. So this would be a monthly commitment of 1 team meeting, and then as well as various tasks that you'll be doing on your own flexible time for those roles. So we are recruiting for our fundraising team, our marketing team, our mentorship team, as well as our youth leadership program team. And so during the meet and greet, we will be breaking up into 3 different groups. So how many of you feel like you're most interested in the youth leadership program and learning more about how you can get involved with that? So raise your hand if that's what you're thinking. Okay, so a couple of you, okay, 4 or 5 of you. How many of you are interested in being involved with the mentorship program? Awesome, so a lot more of you, great. And then how many of you are interested in just general volunteering opportunities, whether it's marketing, it's fundraising, or it's, one-off or day events or whatever it is? Awesome. So the majority of you. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit more about that. And is there anybody in here who's interested in being a board member? Great. So two of you maybe. Awesome. Great. So let me definitely talk. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Great. So how you can get involved. So we're definitely recruiting for board members. And since there's just two of you, we'll kind of skip over to, so the team volunteers, as I mentioned, we're recruiting for those various roles that we have in the org structure, which we'll have up at the end. And then there is the general volunteers. And so we'll have actually a bunch of different people talk about what opportunities are available with the general volunteering role. And what that might look like is whether it is you're volunteering for a specific project, or you're just helping out for one event or on the day of an event, or if there's a certain skill that you have, like you're, really into like designing or into fundraising or grant writing, you might help with just like specific, project like that. And so it can be skill-based or project-based at a lower commitment level. And we're definitely welcoming a lot of different general volunteers. Any questions about the volunteering so far? Okay. All right. And then so we are also looking, as a nonprofit organization, we're always looking for partners as well. So if you or anyone you know has connections to people who might want to be in-kind donors, so for example, we have great sponsors like BonMe and Cha Time. We take in-kind donations, we take monetary donations, and we are also looking for people to collaborate with. So I know a couple people are involved with different organizations, and so we'll definitely want to be in touch about how we can collaborate together within the community if we have similar demographics that we're also targeting. And so we would love to be able to work with one another. And as I mentioned, we'll actually be having a couple of different fundraisers coming up in April. So if you'd like to donate or know anybody who would like to donate, we're definitely would love to connect for that. And then most importantly, and why we're really happy that all of you are here, however you found about today, sounds like some of you found about through Facebook, or some of you, grabbed a friend in here, or however you found out about us, we would really love for you to help us spread the word. So especially, we have a Facebook group. So we have a Facebook page, and that's where we post a lot of our information. But we have a Facebook group, and this is an opportunity for yourselves to join and post anything that you want to post. So whether it's an opportunity, like Emily here, she posted about at BU, they started a Mandarin kind of practicing group. So whether you have an opportunity like that, or whether you have different fundraisers that you're running, or organizations that you're part of that you want to share events for or recruitment for, Chen Chi here is part of Asian Women for Health, so she, and team as well, so she posts a lot of things there. The more that we can help to spread the word amongst our community and to keep posting, the better it is that we can help share and help one another find opportunities that would be really interesting for us. So we're hoping we'll send in our email follow-up the link to our Facebook group so you can join and post. And if you want to just post and say, hey, we'd love to get a get together or dim sum or something on a weekend, who else is interested? Like, these are all things that are all available, and we would love for you to be able to get involved that way. So just a little bit of information about specific timeline. We are recruiting from now until March 20th for team members, board members. So if you're interested in joining the team, you would just need to send your resume to us at board@girlsaspire.org. And if you're interested in joining the board, we will follow up with you guys, with you ladies. And there is a board application that you can submit. And then we are holding in-person interviews here at Impact Hub on Saturday, March 25th. Just to keep that in mind, if you can't make that date, we'll work with you around that, but we're hoping to be able to have an event on that day so that we can onboard as many of you as possible. And then with the team that we will have moving forward, we'll actually be doing a team retreat to New Hampshire on the weekend of Saturday, April 15th to 16th, where we really get to know one another, and we'll be, planning out the logistics for the rest of the year for our programming and your various roles. So that's what it looks like to be joining the team and the board. And so now, any questions? Okay, well, we'll be breaking up into the groups. So in the various groups, so we'll have 3 different groups. And actually, I wonder if we should break it into different ones. But so we'll have one group for the Youth Leadership Program, and you'll go with Sheila. So Sheila over there in the red sweater. If you're interested in learning more about that, go over to Sheila and she'll be able to talk to you about it. If you're interested in being involved with the mentorship program in some capacity, you'll be going over with Sophia over there. And then if you're interested in just being a general volunteer, just learning generally how you can be involved, then you'll come over here and meet with Helena as well as Kim. So Kim, are you gonna stand with her? Great. And then we'll break up into groups. We'll talk and for you to learn more about it for the next 45 minutes, and then we'll come back together and have you be able to network with one another. Okay, thank you. I'm coming to you. Okay. So we're